And we're back once again, ladies and gentlemen, only on its last call. Last call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, join me on the line, this man here, one of the most decorated amateurs in the last, you could probably argue, 12 years to come out from a U.S. Olympic Development Center, a man who is 4-0, we try to make it, he's 3-0, but trying to make it 4-0 this Saturday in Commerce, California against Mark Misiara. I give you, a man who is, has power both hands, can box. A lot of people say he might be a world champion within the next 2 years. I give you, it's Ernesto Tito Mercado. So Tito, it's you, it's Mark Misiara. It's going to be this Saturday here. How excited are you about just getting back into the ring after after holidays, after everything going on, just getting back to normalcy?
I'm super excited. I haven't fought since October of last year, so finally get back in the ring. I feel back in my comfort zone. That's where that's at. So I'm super excited and ready to get another knockout, man.
Now, was it by your choice not fighting since October? Was it just basically a combination of COVID, combination of not getting enough opponents, TV time? Like, what happened to make it such a bit of a long layoff?
Just taking some time off. We had a long last couple of years with we had whole issues with the whole Olympic thing, so that postponed a lot. I've been working out through that whole 2 years, and then just the last 3 fights that I had last year. So it was just a lot. So it was just time to take a little break, relax a little bit, and then get back on it hard again this year.
So bring it down here. Mark Misiura, he's 2-1, 1 knockout. How tough is it fighting guys like this in terms of mentally? Okay, I can beat him. I fought guys in the amateurs better than him. I've sparred probably better guys than him. And yet he's still dangerous because he's a live dog. How tough is it sometimes, getting focused on these guys, not going, okay, well, this is a cupcake. This is an easy guy. Next thing you know, like Robusto Ramirez, you get shocked and all of a sudden it's like, oh, crap, what the hell just happened?
Right. Well, Mark, he's fought a couple undefeated prospects, and he went the full distance with them. That shows that he has a chin, and I'm looking forward to showing the people why I'm different, and that's why I'm planning to knocking them out. But as far as what you're talking about, I think it's more not so tough. I feel like it could be a real, because fighters like that, they plan to make you look real, real ugly. They want to make it a nasty fight. Don't want to make you look the way you're supposed to perform. So it's up to me to if I want to make it that type of fight, So I got to keep it in control and keep it my fight the whole time, and just do what I'm supposed to do and not get into that type of fight that he wants to get me into.
How tough is that, though, not getting involved in those kind of fights? Because it's easy on paper. You save it, and then he's going to pull it off with little dirty tricks he knows of, whether it's headbutts, forearms, rabbit punches, holding, and then dirty boxing, just everything he can get away with. They'll do it. Veterans know how to pull those strings. So for you, how do you avoid just letting your temper get the better of you, and all of a sudden you're throwing, illegal bows. You're, throwing, rabbit punches, and you can feel, everything getting away from
you. It can be tough, but thankfully I have a great corner behind me. They always tell me the right things to do and the right things to say at the right time. So thankfully I got them. But as far as myself, I keep myself in check because I had so many amateur fights. I had over 300 amateur fights. So I almost been through it all. I've been fighting dirty fighters. I've been through all those type of things. And I know losing my head could cost me a fight, or a horrible performance. And either one of those, if I have either one of those, that could, throw off the path that I'm trying to get to.
So break us down. Who is part of Team Mercado? Who is the trainer, the cut man, the second in charge? Who are the people that you've surrounded yourself with to help you get to the next level?
The main team is my father, which is the trainer, and the cut man, who's also my manager, and my brother. And as far as that, we have 2 other assistants that help me on the corner. But the main circle is my father and my brother.
So how does that work? And how do you guys separate family from fighting? Because it's one thing to have a coach fighter relationship. It's a whole different thing to have father and son. So we've seen some partnerships work great, like Mosley's, like you can even say the Kalzaki's. Others, Miguel Cotto comes to mind. It basically becomes like napalm. You're just waiting for it to explode. So for you and your father, how do you guys make it work?
I mean, like, well, my dad started me off at 4 years old, and we always had a good relationship. And at the end of the day, me and my father, if we do have problems, which honestly really never is, but if we do, we know how to keep it professional when we get inside the boxing gym, and we put our differences aside, and we know that right here with boxer and coach is not father and son, so we know how to put that aside and work and get the best out of each other for the training and progress.
Does it help having your brother there to be sort of like the not the third wheel, but sort of the third man there who can either be a buffer sometimes or be sort of, somebody to mentally unwind the two of you? Because I'm guessing you butt heads. Every father and son does that. It's just nature. So is the brother basically helpful in terms of going, okay, being the third neutral party at times, you can just calm things down?
Not so much. I love my brother being there because I mean, like I said, it's a family affair we got. So I always love my brother's company. But as far as my brother, I feel like I use it more as a competition. You know, I try to push my brother tries to push me, and we get the best out of each other in that sense. Not so much as it's because me and my father have a problem. That's never been the issue.
We're gonna go back to this fight and back to the family dynamic in a bit. Take me back to the Olympics. I know that you said on several occasions it was very hard for you and almost a bit heartbreaking because of everything that had gone on. And I know that, with the COVID, the Olympic qualifiers got basically screwed up, qualifications changed. Like, when did it hit? Like, when did it hit for you? Like, oh crap, I'm gonna miss out on the Olympics, and there's nothing and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not my fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just the way that life is basically, broken.
It didn't really hit me not till last year in the beginning when I was gonna take off again to Argentina for the second time. The first time they told me that they was gonna cancel it, and then later on that year, which I believe was 2020, they give me again hope, saying that they're gonna have it back on. That we just gotta be patient. They're gonna give us a date. And then 2021 happened, and they told me a week before that they're gonna cancel the last qualifiers. That's when it really hit me because I was like, I think they are gonna have it. They said they're gonna do based on selection, so I was like, yeah, I finally missed it, and I didn't have the chance to actually show myself out.
Did it bother you that pros were allowed to do it? That guys who whether it was Team USA, Team UK, even Argentina, other countries, that they had guys who had been fighting professionally, had full time resources, all this stuff, and yet under the new rules, they got to still fight in the amateurs, and you probably went, crap, this guy probably took my spot, or crap, I could have that guy's spot, or that guy's qualification, and these guys screwed me.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it that way as well. I don't see it ethical as professionals. I feel like once you transition, I don't feel like you should be able to go back. But in a competitive standpoint, I feel like I loved it because these guys thinking they're gonna come over and do something with us, so-called young cats, and I wanted to go embarrass them. But unfortunately for me, that's not the way it happened. They had professionals there in my spot that I never had the chance to actually fight for. So it was unfortunate.
So as I said, you're now turned pro. You are fighting. You're 4-0 here, and you fought. You're sorry. You're 3-0. This will be your fourth fight. I'm always saying you're going to win this fight, but so hopefully I don't jinx you. But
You're
so
fine.
far, you're moving quickly here. How much of that is part of the plan? Like, this is a 6-round fight. Most guys, they're still fighting the 4-round fights in their fourth fight. Like, what made your team go, okay, you know what? He's ready for 6 rounds.
Um, I think it's all the amateur experience that I had. I had over 300 amateur fights. I had some international experience as well. I mean, I was going to go for the Olympics, so that shows I had a big amateur pedigree. And a lot of fighters with the big amateur pedigrees, they moved up quickly because, like I said, they had a lot of experience, so they were able to do those type of things. And I feel like it shouldn't be no different with me. That I should be able to move up as fast as I want to, as fast as my team thinks I should be able to move up to. And if it's up to me, man, I would have fought this fight a 10 rounder. But unfortunately, that's not how the way rules work and stuff like that. So we taking it step by step.
Does it matter about when you knock them out in like the third, fourth round? It's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna. It's been a 6-round fight. You're like, okay, I'm not planning to go to the fifth round, so you guys can make it a 6th round, but I'm planning to get rid of this guy, like, third, second, maybe first round, get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, they don't pay me for overtime, man. But nah, I haven't went past the second round, so my last pretty much, and I believe it was the beginning. So really, I only had like 3 rounds in my 3 fights. So I'm trying to get some rounds in there too. But The fans at the end of the day, they want to see knockouts, and that's what I'm there for. I'm gonna show them that.
Last couple questions to let you go. So all this is going on here, and as I said, you're a professional fighter. You do this here. You're looking for, of course, when time comes for the promoter. How much have you sacrificed to get to this part? Because you mentioned before you've been doing this since you were 4 years old. So we hear a lot of times people say, "Oh, boxing's easy. I can do this." I was a football player. I was a basketball player. I can do this here. I was a YouTuber here. Since the age of 4 to now, and you're 20 years old, what are some things you've had to give up along the way just to get to this point?
Man, I had to give a lot of things. I had to give up my childhood, time. I had to give up a lot of things that I wanted during the time for what I wanted. There's a lot of things that I wanted at a certain time, but I had to realize what I wanted the most, and that was, to accomplish my goals, whether it was getting the gold medal or becoming a world champion. I had to sacrifice, going to parties or doing all those type of things. Any typical thing a teenager would want to do, around that time. And I gave up all that, and I'm honestly, I don't regret any single bit of it. There's a lot more to come, and I'm just enjoying my time while I have it right now.
So what do you do for fun then? Because I'm guessing there has to be times where it's like you need to unwind mentally. You need a break. You need to just get out of a gym, do something here. So for you, like, what are some of the things you do just for fun so that you can mentally get back into your zen?
Besides, sometimes I like to game. I like to play games on the Xbox and stuff like that. But if it's not that, it's back to competing again. Like I said, on the weekends I go there, start hooping, I'll start betting people for money. I'm a real competitive type of person. Paintballing, it don't matter. I like to have fun, but it's always competing. That's just in my blood.
Now you play ball in California, so there's going to be some good ball players there. There's probably some even college players, NBA players who play, try to hustle for money here. Have you ever come across that? Like, you try to hustle guys, and all of a sudden it's like, oh crap! Somehow I ended up with a 6'5" guy playing for University of North Carolina. Okay, I might have bitten off a bit more than I could chew here.
Sometimes, I played against a couple good players that are in college, universities like UCLA and stuff like that, or 6'6", 6'7". But I feel like I held my own, and that's why I stay away from places like 24-hour fitness and stuff like that, because they be in there all day. But besides golf, besides basketball too, I do like to golf. So that's something that's very meditating as well for me.
You say meditate. Most people are like, no, that just pisses you off even more because there's always that one hole you're playing. It's like in the sand trap, in the water, and next thing you know, you're throwing your clubs. You're just screaming at people and you're going, I hate this fucking game. I really
Right.
hate this game.
No, and it's the same thing. It goes back to the same thing. Like you were asking me that one question on Mark, if he tries to bring a fight that's a tough fight or tries to make it nasty for me, that's the same thing. It all plays in place to me. Same thing like you said with golf. It could be in the water. I got to learn how to control my emotions and make the best of what I got and change things around for myself. So that's why I feel like a lot of things come in place, not only in the boxing aspect but outside of boxing.
Have you ever lost your temper playing golf? I mean, because you say it's great, you learn about it, but has it ever happened where all of a sudden you've had that one hole where it's like, okay, it's like Caddyshack. You start chucking stuff and you're going, you motherfucker, go in the hole. Just go in the hole, you stupid little ball. Go in the friggin' hole.
When I'm playing by myself or like a friendly match, nah. But when I'm betting against money, yeah, sometimes I get a little heated sometimes when I'm betting against money because I'm like, nah, I ain't losing my money to them, man.
No, I get it. It's all of a sudden, like, you stupid little ball, just go in the hole. It's easy. I hit you. You go straight, not sideways, not curving. Just go friggin' straight into a goddamn hole.
I start saying the Happy Gilmore line. You too good for your home.
We all do that. Or worse is I've had where it's all of a sudden you start throwing clubs in the water. It's like, okay, somebody else get the club. I can't deal with this here. And everybody's going, okay, it's just $5 a hole. It's the principle, damn it.
Yeah, it's the principle. You got to.
So as I said, it's going to be once again this Saturday night. It's going to be all the way in California. It's the Commerce Casino in Commerce, California. You, Mark Misiera, you want to get a great deal, whether it's from Matchroom Sport, Top Rank, PBC, Golden Boy. So the more you win by knockout, the more spectacular, the more they start coming around. They'll start improving the offer and doing this. Making, hey, we'll give you your next fight on TV, or hey, we'll sign you a 6-fight deal. We promise you on Fox. We'll promise you on ESPN. How tough is that every fight where it's not just I gotta win, it's I gotta win impressively. Yeah, I want Mark Masur. I gotta win that fight, but I gotta win by knockout. A decision, he might not. They might just cool on me here. How tough is it, going into that mindset of I gotta win and make it almost a perfect fight?
It's always a little bit of pressure because I always expect so much from myself. I want to make it a perfect fight. I want to give the fans what they want, which is a knockout. But as far as having that in the back of my head of I could get a promoter, be on TV, that's never been on my mind. That's something that's gonna come eventually with time. Right now, we're just patient. Like I said, I'm independent and we're patient. I'm just worried about progressing myself and looking better each and every fight. So with that coming along, there's a lot of pressure because I got a lot of people coming out to come see me, and I know a lot of people are watching me behind the scenes as well. So I always want to look great, and I always want to put up a spectacular performance, and that's what I always do. Like I always pull through.
Well, there we have it, ladies. Once again, we are proud to have it's Tito Mercado. He'll be fighting this February 12th only in Commerce Casino. Before I let you go, Tito, where can fans check you out at? Where is
You can follow me on all social media platforms at Real Tito Mercado.
simple, straight to the point? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Tito Mercado, ladies and gentlemen, fighting February 12th only in Commerce Casino against Mark Masiura. Check your time and local listings for details. We come back. Stay tuned for more great action here. It's going to be only on Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on Blue Wire Hustle Network.